Well, I'm not sure this means boots on the ground. Those Marines and their final destination is still a guarded secret. But the Marines could also be boarding these ships and providing physical protection against these small unmanned vessels. Yeah, I think it's better to probably characterize the request or the opening for other countries to open the straits as to act on their best interests, especially China, Japan, and South Korea, which do, and I would also add India in that, which are the majority of the oil that's going through the Straits of Hormuz. But I think there's quite a few options for the president as these allies and partners, and perhaps even rivals when we talk about China, weigh their options to protect their own energy security in the Straits. One is to attack the Iranian sites on the coast where these attacks would be launched from, and to continue pressing the offense against the Navy and the IRGC smaller boats that would launch mines as well as do hit and run tactics, and the unmanned vessels that they also employ, laden with explosives like we saw last week that put 3 ships alight. Well, I'm not sure this means boots on the ground. Those Marines and their final destination is still a guarded secret, but one of the options that have been trained and planned for is to escort the ships as they go through the Straits of Hormuz by air patrol. This is a new change from what people may be familiar of the 80s Operation Praying Mantis that saw the U.S. escort Kuwaiti tankers that were reflagged to the U.S. That was small in number and certainly a very different type of world economy at the time. But the Marines could also be boarding these ships and providing physical protection against these small unmanned vessels and the smaller vessels the IRGC might use to attack these very large oil tankers. Well, I'm not sure it's as significant as a problem it may appear. One is it's not slowing down the political support the president has yet, and it certainly hasn't impacted the military operations that are being executed now. It does have more of an impact on key allies like Japan and South Korea, but so far the impact there has been more of them to rally and to perhaps even send forces to help escort their own shipments out of the straits. Well, I think crossing into that domain of a forever war, it's better to define it as if we start to engage in trying to build a new nation inside Iran. And that's the nation building that Americans do not want to support. And quite frankly, the most popular support is to provide an opportunity for the Iranian people to take back their country. So there is no preparation that I see of anything of the sort. 2,500 Marines is not that type of indication or posture. If it is intended to control or to have access to Karg Island as a way of leverage, possible but unnecessary. I think more likely the Marines are adding uncertainty in Tehran, but could very likely provide options of putting armed guards with the ability to take out these small boats and small drones that do attack the tankers as they pass the Straits of Hormuz. The Marines are very ready for that.